Hi, I'm Garfield Boyne, the 2013 president of the Minnesota chapter of the Project Management Institute. In January of this year, you might recall I shared with you 5 strategic initiatives that we wanted to pursue. It is my absolute pleasure to let you know the progress that we've made in the course of the year on each of the 5 strategic initiatives. The first one was to identify and appeal to the changing networking requirements of the next generation. We had over 3,000 members on our LinkedIn social media site this year, a record that we've made during the course of 2013. We also had a video campaign to showcase the value of project management to your careers and in your community. We also piloted our customer relationship management system to track the interactions of our partners and our sponsors. You might recall the Project Management Institute Education Foundation is the philanthropic arm of the Project Management Institute. And this year, we had a fundraiser in the form of a bowl-a-thon to raise funds for the Education Foundation. We also had an increased record attendance of our career networking group that averaged 27 members, totaling 302 members getting value from those sessions this year. You might recall the local interest groups that are now named practitioner communities. We had 33 events this year, and over 1,000 of you benefited from those sessions. We also had a President's Gala and volunteer recognition event. Of course, we can't do what we do without our volunteers, and so we need to recognize them on a periodic basis. And so we had over 110 individuals, volunteers, showing up and participating in our recognition events with their families, their spouses, their significant others, and their children. I am proud that we were able to advance the needle on this first strategic initiative to identify and appeal to the changing networking requirements of the next generation. The second strategic initiative was to improve accessibility of our delivered services. We offer over 200 services every year to our members and prospective members. During 2013, we saw a 70% increase in webinars, which peaked at an attendance of 197 attendees. We also have implemented live streaming of our breakfast and our dinner meetings, something that you, our members, have asked us to do for a number of years, and finally, we were able to deliver that to you. Bismarck, although in North Dakota, is our newest outreach center that we've added to our Minnesota chapter. They kicked off their event this fall with a record 55 attendees at their first meeting. We've also had in the works for quite some time the launch of a new website, and that you will see by the end of this year, another accomplishment that we've done together. Now on to our third initiative, which was to deliver only high-value, best-in-class programs. We saw a 5% increase attendance in our dinner meetings and 18% in our breakfast meetings. PDD was our 20th anniversary this year, and we saw a record 1,100 participants. This year, we also had our highest membership since 2009. In August, we saw 3,308 members as part of our Great Minnesota chapter, with the highest PMP ratio of 66.9%. As you know, PMI Global every now and again refreshes the PMBOK. So now we've got the version 5 that's out, and we had to incorporate that in the materials that we use to deliver our PMP prep course to our members. This year the board was very visionary and strategic, something that I'm absolutely very proud of. We made sure that as much as possible we kept the conversations at our board meetings at a strategic level and allowed our operating group to do the tactical execution. At all our events, we solicit feedback from you, our members and prospective members, and the average rating that you've given is a 4 out of 5, which is fantastic. Room for growth, but we're at a very good spot. Agile project management has been growing leaps and bounds, and we see that not only in the industry, but we see that in our chapter as well. And we've had a record of 500 attendees participating in our over 10 local interest group meetings that we've had during the course of this year. Our fourth strategic initiative was to increase brand awareness and to clarify our value proposition as a chapter. We were ranked in the top 25 trade and professional associations by the Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal this year. We did an outreach event with the Beacon Prep School this year as part of our education outreach to work with those students to create a promotional video for their school, which was a successful event. For this, we were featured in the Bloomington Sun and PMI Today. We also had a presence at the Thomson Reuters On Conference that saw over 200 project managers showing up to organically talk about their profession. The Mankato KTO radio interview was also done as another opportunity to showcase the value that we provide as a chapter to our community. In terms of sponsors and sponsor revenue, we saw 20% growth in the number of sponsors and 35% in our sponsor revenue. We also had a 20% growth in the number of partners this year. All these were ways in which we were able to increase our brand awareness and clarify the value that Minnesota chapter brings to our community. Our fifth and final strategic initiative was to revisit our organizational structure. We wanted to ensure that we had a structure that would provide us the ability to be nimble and responsive. And we were able to achieve that this year by proposing a new structure and having the membership vote on it, which I am proud to announce was overwhelmingly approved by the members. In addition to having a robust structure, we've ensured that we've clarified the expectations of all our volunteers. Role clarification ensures that we increase value to you, we increase efficiency and effectiveness in the services that we deliver. So these are two important initiatives that we did to advance revisiting our organizational structure. In summary, we delivered this year 160 events, reached 5,653 members and prospective members, leveraging 210 volunteers, supported by 78 sponsors and partners. And of course, we're absolutely proud that we're among the top 10 largest chapters in the world. We could not afford to have accomplished all that we could have this year without you, our members, and our prospective members, to whom I'd like to say a huge thank you. To the board, to our operating team, to all our volunteers. Without you, we could not have delivered all the services that we did. To our partners, to our sponsors, and to everyone who has come together to make Minnesota chapter great. Thank you so very much. Next year, we'll be celebrating our 30th anniversary as a chapter. Look forward to engaging in a year filled with celebrations and reflecting on the successes that we've accomplished as a chapter. I will be turning over to Michael Green, your 2014 president, and I promise you'll be in great hands. Thank you so very much.